So, may I ask you about proportionality? Proportionality is perhaps the most misrepresented concept. It is, of course, not a comparison of the number of deaths on each side. All that analysis does is encourage Hamas's use of human shields. Could you take us through what proportionality requires from law abiding armies and perhaps also touch on the accusation of genocide against Israel, which we have heard increasingly repeated?
So I'm going to start with proportionality. I think you've managed to work two of the most misunderstood terms in international law into the question now, but I'll try to deal with them quickly. So proportionality is about the relationship between the harm you do to an enemy military and the military advantage you receive as a result, and the collateral harm that's done to civilians. And if the collateral harm done to civilians in the course of firing at a legitimate target, a legitimate military target, is excessive in relation to the military advantage gained, then there's a proportionality issue. All of this is viewed, keeping in mind, I think we've now all said it, that this is intent or conduct-based, not an effects-based inquiry. All of this is judged based on the information that the commander had available at the time that they were making the decision and the reasonableness of the decision they took in light of that information. So essentially, the military advantage that you'd be likely to get from the attack, the civilian harm that you'd anticipate was likely to occur. This inquiry only happens if you're firing at a legitimate target. Otherwise, the problem that you have is distinction, not proportionality. And then on the second, I think what we're talking about, certainly when we talk about genocide, distinction is a less serious term than genocide, but certainly we're talking about problems of distinction, not of proportionality. We're talking about seeking to destroy a group in whole or substantial part. We're not talking about a situation where enemy armed forces are targeted in a lawful manner and there is collateral damage, that there's an inquiry how it relates to the military advantage that may or may not be excessive.